a message from the United States that he really needs us to get to Nkambe and try to see how we can work together with the people. I was at home with the family.
Back in Banso?
In Bamenda.
In Bamenda?
Yes, I was enjoying family time.
But generally, how was the celebration there?
I cannot give you an appraisal. I am a little bit not too comfortable, not too comfortable with the way certain things are moving around.
Like what?
Maybe in the country, I am so bucked up, with the high level of corruption and misappropriation of state funds. It drives me nuts. So at times, I just want to give a deaf ear, to certain things. I share the idea of a Cameroon that, is prosperous for everybody, but how prosperous is Cameroon today for the common person? I must first of all hail the President of the Republic for his enormous courage to get even the closest of his friends, maybe the people he used to play Songo with them, to put them behind bars. But again, I see that it's not making any difference because, no money has been recovered since, this operation. So corruption is almost becoming, legalized. It's almost legal in Cameroon. So the rate of corruption in Cameroon, I think, is around 85%. So it's not going well. One of the best ways, I think, to get about with this issue of corruption, to me, will be for the entire, leaders of the system or to resign, I think...
meaning you want, somebody who is working as a minister to resign?
We need, yes.
Because corruption...
in other countries.
But he's not the one who is corrupt. He will tell you he's not the one who is corrupt or carrying out corrupt practices.
Well, they can tell people who don't see. If you read the papers, you see a minister who has 22 land titles. Where did he get the money to get all these land titles?
Maybe some of it are just donated to him.
Land? Wow, then somebody better donate. I don't have a piece of land. Even though I've been doing incredible things for the citizens, I have got nothing. So where does he get the merit to have 22 land titles? Mm-hmm. So I think the corruption has eaten deep into the roots, and if the people in charge will resign, other people will take over. I think something can happen. There needs to be an overhaul of the system. We need to get back the funds that have been siphoned and kept in other countries. Like I got hold of a governor in the Niger Delta state in Nigeria, who was held in the UK. He's in prison, and they got around $250 million in cash from him. So I think we need to get back the money. Well, I can't talk much about what I don't know, but I like an individual, I think the president needs to do more. The president needs to do more. And I think maybe the people closer to the president, they may not be telling him all the things that are correct. They are saying like all is well, all is well. I don't think all is well. Because they say don't pay fees, no fees for government primary schools, but they are paying money.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Out there in Bamenda?
In many local communities. They are paying PTA levies. So
have you tried to question?
When you talk to the people, they say that the government is not providing the necessary support, to get the things financed. Because I laid hold of a document which was called PANEPTA, a plan to overhaul the educational system of Cameroon sometime. And even though I hailed our Minister of Secondary Education, Honorable Luis Bapes, I met with him a couple of times in his office. But again, there is a missing link because in the document, you see this plan to make us have a good educational system. But practically, it's not there. The government is granting schools all the time, and the support is not measured to that tone. A government approves a school, and after 3 or 4 years, they construct 3 classrooms, and that is it. How do the parents cope? So these are some of the things that make the parents and maybe the administrators to collect money.
Okay.
Yes. As I told you, most of our projects have to start from the community. We have various approaches that we use to make sure that our projects have a lasting, sustainable value. We have the bottom-top approach. We have a participatory approach. We have building bridges. So constantly, we are in communion with our community because we know them, we become friends. We share ideas from time to time. They are free to call us, they are free to visit us, and we are also free to visit them. So we don't make it some sort of like, we just give everything, we do everything. Maybe we look for funds without their knowledge, and we just maybe do the project. Most often in designing, I help maybe some tailors or clothes designers to get clothes. I help serigraphy, people who do serigraphy, to have dresses, T-shirts designed maybe for festivities like the ones I just passed. And also I do painting. So that's the domain. When I have chance, I will do them. Abstract.
Nature.
Things to come. Not nature.
Things to come.
Yes.
Explain a little bit about that.
I have painting. I had the idea to have one done in Ndu, but the gentleman who was to help me prepare my material really disappointed me. So I should have, if I would do it, I will talk about it. But I don't want to talk about it when it's not yet done.
No, I want you.
I painted, I have small...
When you paint, you just paint and keep?
Yes, I paint, I keep. I paint them, I keep them. And with time, I can share them with people. So I also write poems. I wrote several poems, and I have them just in keeping. I think I'm waiting for the right time. And I have a book also about Cameroon that I'm waiting for the right time to have it in the market. I think God is alive, and we rely solely on the Spirit from God through His Son, Jesus Christ. And one of the things I know is that the best way for us, like a team, to move forward is to set standards that we need to attain. We have competition within Leéiyen to work harder and much harder. I think my work is, first of all, a call. And a call does not signify the absence of some difficulties or maybe hitches. But the hitches mostly is because we have to pay for everything. We have to pay for an office. I have to be able to pay my house rents because I'm still renting, as I said, and take care of my kids. And we don't have a vehicle like for the organization. We don't have a means to get to most of the communities. We have to rely on public transport. Most of the times we go, we have to get out of the car, push vehicles. We have numb legs. So I think this is just the small problems we have. And we are people of vision. So we don't give up in spite of this. We know it's just for the meantime. And after this, there's going to be glory. Well, not that the government cannot be able to pay me like a regular salary. But again, working for the system, Cameroonians are not productive when they work for the government. There is a lot of laxity. You go to the ministry, and somebody comes at 11 a.m. By 1 a.m., the person keeps the suit on the chair, and the person is gone. But in Leéiyen, it's not the case. I sit on my desk, and maybe it's 11 p.m. in the night, I'm still working. So you are really dedicated. We go to the field like a team, and there we work. In the evenings, we have assessment. After the assessment, we have to deliberate, prepare for the next day's activities. So it's more challenging in the field, and we really love what we're doing. I think I told you sometime that a couple of years ago, even during the case, thanks to the kind-heartedness of our Minister of Secondary Education, Honorable Louis Bapes. I was able to discuss the issue about sexual harassment with him, and he really sent a discharge one of the technical advisors in the Ministry of Secondary Education to go to the field to talk to some of the children. He came, and Mr. Ibai, he did talk to some of the children. So he brought back his remarks to the minister. And the minister he had to keep the principal aside, the head of that institution, where the sexual, harassment was taking place. So we have had this cordial relationship, but it depends on what field. The Ministry of Social Affairs, I think, dispatched a delegation to our office, and they had maybe a very intense survey about some of the things that we are doing, and they were interested, like maybe in some of the majority of the projects that we are doing. But again, at times, I get maybe a little concerned whether what we see over CRTV is what pertains in the field. Maybe a minister goes somewhere, you see 3 wheelbarrows, and they tell you the project is 30 million, and that is it. So we don't want to be like operate in this type of a manner. So we still have a cordial relationship in spite of everything. We are Cameroonians, and we have a vision to build a good nation. One of the activities, one of the things that we want to do basically is we want to encourage communities to start giving, to know that in giving, they are showing love. In giving, development comes. So we are sharing the same spirit across developing countries. So it's not only in Cameroon that Leéiyen intends to end, because most of our partners are overseas, and we are collaborating with other organizations within Africa. And the problems we face as an organization can be almost the same like that is being faced by other organizations. So Leéiyen is having this vision of a better world. And one of it will be that for Cameroon will be to have this talent center come to realization. So once the talent center is there, I think we must have done a lot. Because after that period, maybe I will have to go somewhere else to work in another country. Let me talk about the boreholes. For instance, when we were in the Niger Delta area, we discovered that the Nigerian government did several boreholes using the monopumps that are coming from India, and none were operational. And with the work we did with our partners, Hydro Missions International from the US, we have a manual borehole equipment. When we trained the community, we built the capacity of the community to work with them. The community then knew that they were going to replace the monopumps, which were not functional, using the simple method of pulley and bellow bucket to get water. Okay. So that's what we actually brought. And today, when we had the meeting with the delegation from SUA, that's some of the things I was telling them. That to me, the simple method is very good, and it can make a very big difference in their communities. So we have a lot of things that we are sharing with people, even with some of our partners through seminars, like what I told you about capacity and credibility that works for organizations. But if you ask most mainstream organizations, like in Cameroon, they will tell you that what they need first is the funding. That capacity and credibility can come afterwards. It can last for a very, very long time. Yes. Like I told you, our partners have a lot of confidence in what they are doing, and the boreholes have worked in several countries across Africa and Asia. So it can last for as long as it is being managed properly. Okay. It doesn't have any machine or engine that it works on. I want to encourage all Cameroonians, never give up, never back down. Go for your dreams. Work hard. Be devoted and dedicated, and you will make it. Thank you.